Aye, shepherd's pie.
Aye.
Greetings from the Philippines. I'm back in a rum bar after a rather long absence, which I will explain at a later date, with a brand new friend, the lovely Chanel,
Hello.
who has come all the way from Australia to have a sit down in the rum bar with Speaking of Asia. So, thank you very much, Chanel.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
I'm glad to hear it. It's a pleasure to have you on. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, Chanel. Where do you come from?
I come from Perth, Australia. So I was born there. And I've lived there all my life. But I am half Filipino. My mother is from Danao City, so that's like 2 hours out of Cebu.
Right.
And then she moved over to Australia, had me, and I've lived there since.
So you never actually lived in the Philippines then?
No, I've never lived in the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was it like growing up in Perth then?
It was nice. Perth is quite quiet compared to the east coast of Australia.
Right.
So yeah, it was laid back, it was quiet. All of my dad's side of the family live in Perth, so I was always surrounded by family, but didn't get to see my Filipino side that much because we didn't go over much. We used to go over quite a bit when I was little, but I think it makes my mum a bit sad coming back, you know.
Or coming back to Australia?
No, I come back to the Philippines.
Oh, right. I think
Yeah.
you mean going back
No.
because you wanted to stay in Philippines.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did your dad meet her then? Was he working over here or?
No, he actually, it's a bit sad, but I guess it's just common and what happened back then. But my mum put an ad, I guess my mum's family put an ad for her in the paper,
Right.
advertising her as a bride to
Oh, right.
an Australian man.
Okay.
And my dad saw it, and he had had a previous wife, so I have 4 half siblings.
Right.
Who are quite a lot older than me. And then he flew over, he met her, I guess she liked him, and they came over to Australia together.
And how long have they been together?
They were together maybe 18 years. They separated when I was 15, but then my dad passed away. No, they separated when I was 14, and then my dad passed away a year later.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Was there an age difference then?
There was a big age difference, yes.
Right.
Which is quite common in those second wife marriages, and I guess with like.
Well, it's quite common in the Philippines, full stop.
It's very
the
full
age
stop,
gap relationships. Yeah.
But yeah, so I have siblings who are like in their early 30s, and I'm like an auntie to 8 already.
Right.
But yeah, and then I also have a younger brother who's my full sibling, and he just turned 17 the other day.
Right.
So yeah.
I'm not going to ask you how old you are, but I know you're less than 30 now.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're saying they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
So what does your mum say about the Philippines then? Did she like Australia or?
Yeah, it's interesting because she didn't really tell me much when I was little. Obviously, she came over quite young. Like she had me at 19.
Right.
So I think she had a lot of trauma from just having to uproot her life and just come into a country where she didn't really know English. She didn't have her family. It would have been a huge change, so.
Oh, terrifying.
Yeah, 100%. So I think, she didn't really talk much about it, but as I've gotten older and as I guess our relationships matured, she does tell me a lot, and she has a lot of happy memories and stuff, but she also has never shied away from that. The quality of life here just was not the best for her and my family. They were quite poor.
And when you're poor in the Philippines, you're poor.
Yeah, and so I guess she's always, whenever I have moments that I feel, I don't know, a bit upset and stuff, she always reminds me to be grateful and reminds me of what we have and what she had back home when she was younger, and how you just need to appreciate the small things in life. because she really didn't have much.
That's good advice,
Yeah.
but it's easier said than done.
It definitely
I feel sorry for myself a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is easier said than done. And it's hard when you like are born into a Western country. You don't really, and you haven't had much exposure to, you know, different places or the rest of the world. You don't really know any better. You know what I mean? Like your problems seem so blown up, but then in reality, when you look at it, they're quite minuscule.
Well, that's the amazing thing about Southeast Asia, because the people I found in my travels, some of them, they don't have shit, and they've got the biggest problems in the world, but they're always smiling, they're always laughing.
They're always
you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like it's
really lovely to see.
it's a great knack to have.
Yeah.
I just wish I could learn it.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
So how comes your mum didn't go back to the Philippines then, when your father, after they split up?
Well, it was like hard because my mum, she was, I guess, like a housewife. She came over when she was young. She didn't graduate high school, so she didn't have any qualifications. She didn't have a career. So she was just like a housewife until me and my brother were older. And then once they separated, it was hard for her to get onto her feet because she had never had a job in Australia. And obviously in Australia, like, we're very fortunate that we have like Centrelink and benefits and stuff, so you can survive if you know, like job seeker and those sort of things that they have in place. But it took her a while to build herself up. Like, she had to get jobs like being you know, the night shift cleaner at shopping centres where they only hire well, mostly Asian ladies, you know, people that find it hard to get jobs. And she tried to do a few like qualifications, like become a nail tech and stuff, but she didn't really enjoy it. And then finally she decided to do a support worker course. So she did her course, and now she's been working as a support worker for the past few years, fully supporting herself.
Is a support worker like a carer?
A carer,
Okay.
yeah. And I'm so proud of her because she always says, like, since separating with my dad, all she ever wanted was to be able to fully support herself. You know what I mean? To be able to have whatever she wants, pay her own bills, live in her own house, be able to support her kids, and just do it all by herself. And she still, every month, sends money over to the Philippines. So she supports our family over here too.
So what kind of contact do you have with them? I mean, how old were you when you first came to the Philippines?
I think she brought me over when I was like maybe around 1.
Right.
And then I came over a few times. And then the last time I came over was probably when I was like 5. So I don't have a lot of memories.
So you don't have contact with them really?
We talk over FaceTime and stuff,
Yeah.
But Mum, when I was younger, never taught me Visayan because she had such like a heavy accent, and she was still learning English. That me and my little brother, we had like speech delays. Like we had like you know, which is quite common in bilingual households. Like it takes a while for you to you know, learn. So she never taught us, which is sad. But we regularly like talk to them over FaceTime, and when there's events like birthdays and a couple years like during COVID, my grandfather passed away, so we were on FaceTime for like the whole 2 weeks every day. Like we were there because we couldn't go over because of COVID. So
do they know you're here now?
They do not, but Mum told me to keep it that way.
Because otherwise you'd have to go and visit them.
Yeah, and I think she would prefer for us all to go over together, you know. Right. And also I can't communicate. It'd be lovely to see them. Like I really did want to make the trip to Cebu to see them, but Mum just said we'll all go over together. And
well, it's a good job no one watches my channel, otherwise your secret might be out. It's very unlikely that.
Yeah. But yeah.
So how many times have you come to the Philippines as an adult?
This is my first time.
Is it really?
Yes, and I'm.
Oh wow.
And I'm coming with my boyfriend, so it's amazing to experience it together. This is his first time traveling.
Your boyfriend?
My boyfriend. Yeah.
I thought it was your husband. You said he was your husband the other night. I'm sure you did.
No, I don't think I did.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I probably said my partner.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually say partner.
She said husband, but there we go. But she was a bit drunk.
Yes.
Okay, right. So this is your first time, and how long have you been here for then? First time as an adult, like doing your own thing. How long have you been in the Philippines?
This is our second week.
Second week.
Yeah, so we're only coming over just for over 2 weeks because we both work FIFO.
Right.
So we work in the mining industry in Western Australia. So this is as much time as.
Are you a miner?
No, I do the hospitality side of it. So
Okay.
I'm an all-rounder. They call it a Peggy in Australia.
Yeah.
So like housekeeping, bartender, kitchen hand.
These are bars on the mines then, are they?
Yeah, but you're not mixing cocktails. You're just opening cans.
I didn't know. Why can't they open their own cans?
Because over there you have they only sell mid-strengths.
Right.
I think they used to sell full strengths, but obviously, with like the sexual harassment culture and stuff over the years, they've dropped it down to 4 mid-strengths. So they're only allowed that a day. So you got like a tab, and
So that's why they need people to keep account, open the cans and that, so they know what they're doing. Right.
And they give you a card and you go, okay, so that's number 3. You only got 1 left.
And what kind of mining is that then? What's it for? It's not coal, it's gold or something, is it? Or...
I work in an iron ore mine.
Oh, iron ore.
But
Iron ore what?
iron ore what?
Never mind. It wasn't a great joke. Iron ore, okay. And is that, did you work at the same place or?
No, so we originally met, we were working at the same place, but then he's moved to a different company.
Right.
He works I work for a contractor, so now he works directly for the mining company and he enjoys it a lot more, but he works at a lithium mine, I think, but he's a chef.
There you go, you see, these things get lost in translation.
Yeah.
Last night you were married and he worked in a gold mine. So I don't know why. I don't know why I get this wrong. And how long have you been doing that?
Nearly like 1.5 years.
I've heard that's really good money, isn't it? The mines over there.
Yeah, it's decent money. Like we are definitely very fortunate in Western Australia because we have the opportunity. Like you get a lot better pay than the East Coast because they do it in Queensland and stuff. But yeah, it's not as good pay. But yeah, we're very fortunate because it is really good pay, and a lot of backpackers do it too. But we just get taxed so much money. But
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm amazed by that because we used to have mining in the UK. It used to be for coal and things. And
Oh really?
yeah, but it's all gone now. But it wasn't. They didn't have bars and hospitality and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they
a pretty grim job.
Yeah, they've made it like the villages are really like, they're just little dongas, the rooms, call them dongas.
Dongas? Never heard that before.
But they're just, small rooms, but they've got like lap pools and resort pools and they've got really nice gyms, so they put a lot into it because
Nice.
I guess, mental health awareness is huge now and it's a very isolating job. You're away from your family for 2 weeks at a time.
Sounds fantastic.
You're stuck up there, so yeah, I think they put a lot into trying to just make sure that people can,
So that's what they do, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off?
We do 2 and 1, so 2 weeks off,
And
1 week off. But rosters vary. Some people do 8 days off, 8 days on, 6 days off. But 2 and 2 would be a good roster. That would be ideal.
Okay, it's
It'd be a
interesting.
good balance because you only work half the year.
Is it a difficult job to get? I mean, why is the pay so good? Dangerous or
Because
just
you're
anti-social hours? Or?
No, because you're working 12-hour days for 14 days straight.
Right.
So it adds up. The pay rate isn't like fantastic, but because you're working so much, and you the only time you get to spend money, unless you're like online shopping, is like at the retail store to buy snacks or for drinks at the bar. So you're not really spending much money. You're stuck up there for 2 weeks, and then you come home for your R&R and your week off, your time off, and you only have a limited time to spend money. So I guess it's a good way to save.
Well, it's a good way to save, yeah. I
Very
love
good
jobs
way
like
to
that. Love jobs
save.
like that. Right, so what are your impressions of the Philippines this time? Because the last time you were 5 years old, so I mean that was
Yeah.
like a kid's thing.
Yeah.
Is it what you expected it to be?
Yeah, well, Mum, I have always been, super curious. I always ask Mum lots of questions, but it's so beautiful. And like we were saying earlier, the people are just so happy and lovely. It's really refreshing. It's a bit different than what I thought because I've been to like Bali and Thailand and stuff, but it just seems a lot more relaxed. And
Do you find they're different with you because you're Filipino?
maybe I find that in Australia, Filipinos in Australia, when they find out that I'm Filipino, they kind of like take me in and they're like,
Because I think the people in Sikkim are the friendliest people in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
Sikkim more than any other Filipino island. I think the Filipinos are friendly, full stop, but in Sikkim. But that first night I met you in there, we were talking at the bar because you thought I was an Australian.
Yep.
As soon as you walked away, about 4 or 5 different Filipinos come. She's half Filipino, half Filipino. so it's obviously a big thing to them because I thought you were living on the island.
Yeah, and I've gotten that like every night of our stay in Sikkim, or even like last night at the place we went, JJ's. We ran into these people like a few days ago, and they're from like Manila, and they're very lovely, beautiful people. And this lady was like, I told everyone at the table, this is Chanel, she's half Filipino, you know, she's so lovely. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet, you know.
Can you sing?
No, I do not have.
Because all Filipinos can sing.
Yeah, my grandfather was actually a singer. I do not have a good singing voice, so I have an Australian voice.
So that's got me thinking, I can't sing either.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a Filipino that can't sing.
Yeah.
And I always thought it's a genetic thing. But maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe if you've grown up in the Philippines, somehow you learn to hold a tune.
If you're doing karaoke every day, then maybe you just get adjusted.
be.
Yeah. But yeah, no one in my my mum's got a nice voice, but no one in my dad's side. We're all kind of tone deaf. Yeah. So.
So JJ's last night, what did you think of it?
I enjoyed it, but we've had a few long nights the past few days, so I've only had like last night I only had a total of like 5 hours in the past 3 days.
Right.
So I had a nap and he picked me up and we went, and because I was still waking up, I was a bit overwhelmed because there were so many people.
How many people were there, would you say?
Well, I wasn't really sure, but then you said that there's usually a few thousand there on the weekend. Is that right?
Yeah. The reason I'm saying that is a couple of times I've done videos and I've said like there was 3,000 there. People say, no, there's not. That's bullshit. There can't be. And I'm just saying there are a lot of people. Are there not there?
There are a lot of people. Like it is a huge crowd. You're probably right. Maybe like 1,500.
I think the average is about 1,500, 2,000. But I say a couple of weeks ago they reckon it was 4,000.
That's crazy.
It was huge. It was horrible. I stayed
crazy.
about half an hour. You couldn't get a drink.
You couldn't even walk around, eh? Yeah. I guess like when you're in it, you're like, shit, there's a lot of people, but it doesn't seem like 1,000 people. But when you think about it, if you put 1,000 people in a room, it would probably be that. Yeah.
Right. So, which islands have you been to again?
So we've been to Manila.
Manila.
We just came from Bohol.
Bohol.
And we stayed in Penglao, but we explored Bohol too. And then we came here, and we were only supposed to stay for like 5 days. And then we were gonna ferry back to Cebu and then catch a flight to Palawan. And then we missed our ferry because we went out the night before, and we woke up and we were like deciding, do we do, the 2 ferries, like the ferry to Tacloban City and then back to Cebu and then catch our flight, or do we just stay for the rest of our holiday? And we just love it here so much because we were originally saying before we were supposed to leave, I wish we had just like put a really decent amount of time in Singapore. Like we weren't expecting it to be like a little slice of paradise, So
Sikkim Hill's your favourite place you've been to? Where you been in? There you go. I tell everyone that comes to video, Sikkim Hill is an amazing place.
Amazing.
But what was Bohol like?
It was really nice, but it was more, I think like, it was more like a holiday place. Like, there was still like a lot to do, but there wasn't much of like a party, like a party scene, I guess. And it was more like just a relaxing holiday, but then coming here, it's like you're really like adventuring, I guess. There's like all these different waterfalls and like, these caves and so many things. Like we've still like got to come back and just properly explore the island because there's so many things that you can do, and it's just, they've got a good party, like a good nightlife here, and so I think it's just a bit more I don't know. It's just amazing places, and I'm so glad we came here to experience it.
We're all glad you came here.
Yeah.
It's I've not met anyone that I've done an interview with who hasn't. 3 of the people I did interviews with, first time in Sikio, they moved there the following week. I mean, that guy CJ I was with, he came here for 3 days to visit me.
Really?
Took the house next door to me.
Really?
Yeah.
So were you friends before?
Well, the strange thing about that is, I had an apartment in Sibilan over there, and he was my next door neighbour.
Oh wow.
And I moved over here, and I said, come and visit.
Yeah.
He visited, and he gave up the apartment, and he's my neighbour in Sikio as well.
Cool.
So,
I love that, yeah.
That's how you know. So what was the highlight of your trip, apart from meeting me? What was the best bit?
Of course. Well, apart from meeting you, of course, I just went skydiving today, and
Thought you were going to say that.
That was amazing. But there was so many like extraordinary things we did. I really enjoyed. I don't know the name, but we went on that like underground cave tour. Have you done that?
In Sikio?
Yeah.
No.
Where you like swim through the caves.
No, I know of it, but I've not done it.
Yeah,
No.
that was really cool. I really enjoyed that.
I didn't know you swam for. I'll have to do it now. I didn't know you swam for. I knew there was a cave here. I didn't know there was water
Yeah,
in
because
there.
you're like submerged. Like it's just half your body, but like you just paddle through the whole
Is
thing.
it warm?
When you first get in there, it's a bit like, you know, a bit of a shock, but it doesn't feel cold or anything. It's so lovely. And then you get out, and it's like so hot. So you're like, I'm glad I did that. You know.
Do you have to wear helmets and all that like
No,
potholing
you
kind of
just
thing?
wear a life vest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will have to try that.
Takes you definitely have to try it. And he said that like the tunnels were found by Japanese soldiers in like World War II.
All right.
And they used them. I don't know. They used them to come in from the ocean
Okay.
up to land. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
interesting. And so
That's
much
interesting.
history here too. Like it's really fascinating finding out also about like the spirituality sides of things on this island. Like there's just so much.
The old shamans.
Yeah.
And the witches.
There's so much to find out. And we've been saying like we want to live here. Like we want to come and live here, you know, or even just like
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
It's very
It'd be
cheap here.
amazing.
Little online business. You'll be sorted.
Yeah.
So how does it compare to Thailand?
Thailand, obviously like Bangkok and stuff, it's, you know, just very busy. But I did stay a few weeks in Koh Samui.
Yeah. Koh Samui's nice. Yeah.
It was really nice, and it was really beautiful. But I just love it here. It's just like, and I love how small the island is too. You can get to the other side in like 40 minutes, like on scooter. It's amazing.
I think it takes 2 hours, about 2 hours 10 minutes to just do the whole
lap.
Do the lap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like
amazing.
that. Right, so of all the places you've been to in the world, this is your favourite then?
Definitely, yeah.
And where's your favourite bar on the islands? Be honest.
Favorite bar. I'd probably Rum Bar.
Yeah, I think it's Rumba.
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it? Yeah. And you know they've got the beer pong, which is nice if you want to have a game, and got nice seating options. Like I like the little where you sit down and just.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's
Where's the
really
second best thing? Because I haven't been to that many bars, believe it. I
have you
tend the
not?
same ones. What's come close?
What's come close? I'm trying to think where we've been. We went the other day to. They had like a neon party.
Tipsy Bar.
Tipsy Bar. That was nice. But then we went next door to Chelsea's.
Shells.
Yeah. And they had like a techno kind of thing going on.
Yeah,
But
techno nights on Wednesday as well. Yeah. They're
but
clashing.
I liked it because I liked the layout of the bar. I thought it was nice. Like it was big enough for you to just like, for everyone not to be on top of each other. Because that Tipsy Bar, it just felt like you know, quite packed.
Well, it's funny because they're the only other 2 bars I go to.
Oh, really?
I said, I thought you were going to say one I hadn't heard of or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I know the Tipsy Bar, no Shells.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm having a mental blank now. Usually when we go out, we're quite fast.
That might be something to do with the amount of alcohol you drink,
Yeah,
Chanel.
I
I don't know, just a theory.
I think so. But you know what? When you're on holiday.
Exactly. But what's my excuse? I'm not on holiday.
You're on a permanent holiday, mate. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sitting down with us, Chanel.
Okay, thank you for having me.
It's been a real pleasure to talk to you.
Thank
you. When do you think you'll come back then? Have you already started planning a holiday?
We've been talking about it. I think we've got to work a bit first, build up the savings. But yeah, I would love to come back. Like, I would love to just stay here, not even go home.
Well, you've had an expensive holiday, I imagine, because I mean that skydiving is not cheap, is it?
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
But it is, like, doing it here, I think is just a once in a lifetime experience.
Oh no, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying,
no,
like, you know,
I know,
a lot of the
I know.
backpackers you meet here, they're like, they come over and they're living like £150 a week. I'm saying, but you've
Yeah.
been doing the tours and the jumps
Yeah,
and all that, and that, so
definitely.
you
But
probably
we-
do have to save a few bits.
We definitely budgeted for it, like quite a big, like a decent amount because of work, and because we were only coming over for 2 weeks, we're like, okay, we want to just pack our itinerary and just like do everything that we want to do, you know. So skydiving was not on the original plan though when we were planning this holiday. Like York just, I mean, yeah, he was talking to you and you pointed in the direction of Matt, so he kind of organised that all by himself. But
See, that was a strange coincidence because Matt doesn't come in here that often.
Yeah.
And just after he said, I want to go skydiving, I said, well, I know the guy who does it. And
Yeah.
2 seconds later, he walked in through the bar.
yeah.
On a
Funny how
scale
that
of 1 to
works.
10, how scared were you when you jumped down that plane?
I was super nervous on like the lead up to it, like
Yeah.
because I have a fear of heights, and like, you know, when your feet get tingly, that was happening like before when we were signing the waivers. Like I was just like, oh my god, I'm so anxious and nervous. And then my instructor was so lovely though. He was like super calming, and he just walked me through everything, and I felt prepared. I was like, okay. And then we're in the plane, I was just trying to like compose myself, and then once he opened that door, I was like, fuck. This is, oh my god, like,
Well, you're not tempted to like hold on. I mean, did he have to push you?
I just let it happen. Like once he opened the door, I was like, oh my god, okay, this is happening, and then just jumped out. And then you don't even, once you're out, it's not even scary. It's just
Really?
like you're just experiencing it, because it's so amazing. Yeah, I think the scariest bit is when they open the door in the plane and you're about to jump and you're like, oh my god. And I think it was good because I went first, so and obviously, you know, they just push you, they just jump with you, but Yorick got to watch me. So I think if I went second and I saw him jump out, I would have been like, fuck, I don't know if I can do this. So I think it was a good thing I went first.
Well, I am very, very impressed. I would not do that. I would
Really?
not do it. No.
No?
Well, I'd do it if it was a gun to my head. I mean, I've parachuted, but I hated it.
Really, you hated it?
I was in the Air Force. It's not something I would do, you know,
Yeah.
through choice. It's just,
Yeah.
no, terrified me. I don't like heights.
Yeah,
I don't like
fair
heights.
enough.
So to do that and to pay someone to do it,
yeah.
they
Like-
paid me a large sum of money, I might do it, but
Yeah.
it would take that.
I think it was so amazing to get to have done it here though, because you can't fly to this island, so you don't, you know, usually when you're like flying somewhere, you get the aerial view and you get to see the island and you're like, oh wow. But we hadn't seen this island from, you know,
Yeah.
the sky. So
Well, you can't fly in here, so very few people will have done.
yeah, so seeing it is absolutely amazing. Yeah, definitely a great experience.
Well, fantastic. Really enjoyed this chat, Chanel. As I
Thank you,
said, I keep going to end it, but I keep thinking of another question. It's just in chat, but I will end it now.
Yeah.
It's been a real pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what you need to do. You need the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, why the hell not?
Why the hell not, mate?
Why the hell not? sign up. And whatever you're doing, anywhere in the world, stay safe, be lucky.
Yep.